of you has done to get us through those last 14 months, but most importantly, to make us a better organization. Each of you with your talents and your gifts makes Northridge who it really is. And so I hope that in every activity that we had this week, you were able to feel like we really are celebrating you, but celebrating each other, that togetherness, and most importantly, the hope and the faith that each of us has had to get us through this pandemic. And so I wanted to bring to the table, there it is. This is the best investment we've had in the gift shop. Thank you, Liz. He has a microphone too. So on Tuesday, just to recap this week, we celebrated and honored the lives of loved ones who are no longer physically present with us. Nonetheless, they have left a beautiful mark in everyone's heart, and we'll forever, ever, and ever celebrate them every time we look at those roses and those rocks. Yesterday, we unveiled that beautiful piece of art that reminds us that with our eyes, we said many unspoken words. Words of hope, words of faith, words of joy, words of sadness, but most importantly, words of love for one another and for those who we care for. So today, we want to close this week really by acknowledging that no matter what, the strength that is in us can get us through anything as long as we're together. And so, I'd like to invite Reverend Chaplain Joseph to just lead us in a reflection before we move on to our very short but meaningful ceremony. Joseph?
Hi, good afternoon. So let's just take a moment to pause and reflect upon not only the difficulties that we've encountered in the last year, but also the hope and the support that we have felt from each other, from our families. And I hope that as we go into this next year, that we take that hope with us and offer it as a gift to each other. And we also continue to be thankful for the many gifts that we have even in the midst of difficulty. So let us offer our thanks this morning to each other. Just remember that God is always calling.
Have a seat.
And to know that we are called to service, and that service is always met with appreciation. We've all stepped into difficult situations, and I think all of us hold that humanness where we wonder if we're doing the right thing, or if we're doing enough, or if we could have done more. And as I was told by a loved one recently, just being in the room, just being present is meaningful. So thank you for your presence and your willingness to show up even in the midst of difficulty. And may you always feel supported by one another and by God. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. So lucky to have you. Thank you. I just love our chaplains. I'm not biased. All right. There are three special guests today, actually, who will speak. And the first one is one of our own nurses from our emergency department, Melissa.
This was a lot easier to type than it will be to probably read to you guys. There's a lot of emotion behind these words, so I apologize if I get a little shaky. I wrote this almost a month ago. It's called 365, A Reflection. We woke up to the uncertain, the unfamiliar, the unfathomable, and the uncharted. We served blindly in the darkest of days. We ran towards fear, and we used our faith to fight. We held hands, we held hearts, and we held enormous weight. We spent the days building tents to separate and zones to swab and places to protect the population. We fought and we scrambled for PPE, but not for us, for you, so we could care for you. We never asked how much longer. We didn't question the validity of the virus. We didn't point fingers at political agendas or conspiracy theories. We just showed up every single day for 365 days because we saw the reality at hand. We escorted bodies to the morgues and freezer trucks. We sent souls to heaven after facing hell. We held your hand as you crossed into a new and free afterlife. We cried in private, but sometimes right there with you in public because the price of the pandemic was palpable. We found solace when the suffering of those sick ended, and humility when declared heroes. You clapped, so we carried on. The weight of the world felt so heavy, so we worked harder. We built a strength and a stamina that was unheard of. We carried the weight of the world with grace and gratitude, and we never set it down, not once, for 365 days. We asked for your help as we fought off moving patients into lobbies and gift shops as the curve spiked. Some of you took heart and hunkered down. Some of you laughed in our face and sent the spike to a sore. But that didn't matter. We forgave you, we treated you, and we cared for you. And ultimately, we loved you regardless of your selfish ways because we didn't see a divide. We saw a dedicated path of possibility. We never saw an end, so instead we stopped looking. We adapted and accepted what we had in the present. We used fear as fuel and hope as reverence. We used science as our salvation. 365 days later, we are changed. We will never be the same. We are cracked and exhausted, but alive and courageous. We will never forget the faces of the families we've touched, or the hands of the patients we felt go cold and quiet, the eyes that begged us for air while the lungs couldn't fight anymore, the hearts that needed to cease for the bodies that couldn't keep going. We are finally at a crossroads, a reprieve, a moment to catch our breath 365 days later. So while we finally wash our hands of the peak, quietly launder our tattered scrubs and our worn-out PPE, just remember that we are not done. We are here, waiting in the wings for the next call to action. Our bravery isn't burnout, our mission isn't muted, and our sacrifice isn't silenced. We are still here 365 days later. To all of the healthcare frontline workers that were part of the last 365 days, we have a bond that nothing can ever dissolve. It's been an honor to be part of such an elite group of individuals. Now we rest. Now we work to recover and regroup. Your sacrifices will never again be unspoken, for you are etched into history's greatest war victory of all time. You all have led humankind back into the light.
Wow. Thank you so much, Melissa, for sharing that beautiful reflection. And, I think she spoke of the wonders of the work that you've done. But it's also reflected here in the gratitude that a couple of our patients who've actually have survived want to share with us. And so today, I invite Marlene, one of our own, who was cared for by so many nurses like her. And because of them and our physicians and everyone else in the team, every single person in the team as a caregiver, she's here and she wants to express her gratitude to them. Marlene?
Good morning to everyone. My name is Marlene Avena, a registered nurse working here at Northridge Hospital in the Orthopedic Oncology Nursing Unit. Nursing is a noble profession, and being a nurse for the past 43 years, it has given me an abundance of experience, helping people from different walks of life. To me, nursing is a professional and selfless service. Our patient care is our priority through our intelligence, experience, and compassion. Being a nurse means putting patients in my care and developing a relationship of trust. It means treating your patients and colleagues with respect, kindness, dignity, and compassion. That is what we represent here in this hospital. I started my career as a public health nurse, then a hospital staff nurse in my country, the Philippines. I've worked in the Middle East for 18 years, in Libya and the United Arab Emirates, as an OB/GYN, RN. I have experience also in telemetry and medical surgical nursing. I have also experienced being in a war zone in Tripoli, Libya, but that didn't stop me from performing my nursing duty. I came to the United States in 2000, having passed the nursing board exam. I have worked in other hospitals, and then I found my way to work here at Northridge Hospital for the past 19 years. Northridge Hospital became my second home. I have spent most of my time working here, gaining a lot of friends and nursing experience. Being a bedside nurse means you have a lot of patients taking care of sick people from different culture and personalities. But no matter how difficult to work is, I make sure to get it done and feel a sense of fulfillment at the end of the day. During this pandemic, the nurses played a vital role in saving patients' lives. And in doing so, we were also exposed and at risk of getting sick. I had COVID and became a patient in this hospital. My condition was severe and became critical because of the virus. I experienced how to be a patient in my own workplace. During my critical state of health, I was admitted to the intensive care unit. My chance of survival was totally dependent under the care of doctors, nurses, and moral support from friends and my family. I am now a survivor of COVID-19. I would like to thank the Lord for giving me the strength to live and for guiding the staff who took care of me and prayed for me to save my life. I am so blessed to be working again at Northridge Hospital, blessed with caring hands of nurses, doctors, and all staff. I am now back working on Forfar, and I will continue to work and fulfill my duty as a nurse in this prestigious hospital until I retire. In closing, I would like to applaud my fellow nurses for making a difference during this pandemic. Working as a team, we can make miracles happen. Happy Nurses Week to everyone. And lastly, I would like to make special mention to my nurse manager, Gina, and the Emily, nurses at the bedside, doctors, and staff who took care of me during my hospitalization. I would like also to thank the spiritual department and the president of Northridge Hospital for inviting me to speak before you today. Thank you. Happy Nurses Week.
Thank you, Marlene.
Take a picture there.
Thank you.
I know there are some nurses here who cared directly for Marlene. And I remember when I saw Marlene, there was one particular nurse that said, "Not on my watch, not on my watch." And you were on the other side of those doors, but the nurses outside of those doors were fighting with you. And I witnessed that. So, Marlene, I'm so glad you're with us. Thank you. And now we have another special guest. And he's the father of one of our own employees. And she's an amazing employee. She's so full of compassion and care. And she showed up to work even when her father was in the ICU, intubated. And I'd like to invite both of them, if he can, to come up here because I know they wanted to express their gratitude as well for all of your care. Mr. Emilio Owera. Do you want me to get you a chair? Yeah, you want a chair? Are you good? All right. You sure?
On behalf of my family, my dad, who has been a patient here since December 17 till January 23rd, I must admit it crossed my mind that this day won't happen. But I would like to thank everyone who took good care of my dad. Dr. Naseri, Dr. Sadat, Dr. Sharif and the team, Dr. Lee, Dr. Shawan, Dr. Salem, Dr. Grosser, who was very optimistic of our dad, Dr. Bakhtari, Mr. Shea Holmes, Tiffany Pesci and the ICU team, Rosina Nancy and Neil of 3FAR, and every single hands that touched and cared for my dad, every co-worker that gave me support when I was working, but every code booth, I hope it was in his room, to all the phlebotomists, CNAs, RTs, nurses, unit clerks who so helpful, transports, everyone. It used to be tears of fear and uncertainty for me and my family, but today it's hope and gratefulness that this day is here. Thank you very much. We're still catching up on the 103 days that he was not with us. And I'm so grateful for everyone who took care of him. Thank you very much. And all the physical therapists too, and occupational therapy. Who left him over so he can breathe. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, it's so great to see you standing. We're really, all of us here, we're pulling for you. So
Thank you.
prayer is really working for all of us, right? Thank you so much, and thank you for coming. So, Christine, please stay. And Marlene, where did she? Marlene, please come for a minute. So, Marlene, don't leave. I think there's someone else here that's hiding somewhere. And I know he's very shy, and he won't say a word, and he doesn't have to come. And if you all remember, I won't say anything because he promised me I'm going to get in trouble. So I'm turning so you can see. If you all remember, his was the first pause for applause that we had after extubating a patient. And it is the miracle and the work of everyone, including our physicians at the back over there. And Dr. Grosser, who never gave up, he always is the one who's like, we can do this. One more day, one more day, one more day. And all the wonderful caregivers at the bedside again. Dr. Nasseri, who said, night on my watch too. So thank you all. These people standing here are standing here amongst the millions of other COVID survivors because of people like you. Thank you for that. Oh, you're
Thank you, everyone. And these are the same faces that I remember leaving the hospital as well. Thank you for everyone to take care of me. And, this is just was a good feeling to be alive. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We look forward to seeing you back. So you see this wall up here with the orange tape, right? And I'd like to share with you what it is. So you all as a team, including our patients who have survived, who are also our own family members of the Northridge Hospital, will get to place a butterfly on the wall, and then you will as well. Butterflies are very significant because they represent transformation. They represent change. They represent endurance, hope, spiritual rebirth, endless potential, vibrant joy, and the ability to experience the wonder of life. So when you get to see those butterflies up there, remember that. Every day, live with joy and marvel at the wonders of life, because every day is a gift. Thank you all so much for what you do every day. I hope that today is the beginning of a new life for everyone here present and those who are not. So thank you, everyone, and I'm going to invite you and Mr. Emilio and Marlene and Kirk to be the first ones to place a butterfly, and they're on the basket, and then everybody else gets to take a butterfly, and then you will actually place the butterflies in between the orange tape because it's a pattern. Thank you, everyone, for coming, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy Hospital Week. So, can I ask you to help me pass the butterflies, please? Wherever you want to place it.
Additional ones coming with that?
No, but we'll manage. We put a sign there for later. Yeah, if you want. There's tape on the back. There's tape on the back of the butterfly. All you have to do is remove it. Oh, that's yours. Sorry. That's okay. And give it away. I won't put it on because I'll let other people.
I'll put it on.
How are you? We met, but you didn't know we were meeting. No. You're in the hospital.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Hey, how you doing, Joe?
I hope. Oh, she's. Are you playing the music?
Wow, you got it.
All right.
You look great.
Marlene, put it facing that way.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
Yeah, but these guys,
Like that.
I hope you know what's special.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
With you all.
All right. All right.
Keeping us straight.
You get a butterfly.
No, we're so delighted to
Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Does everybody have a butterfly?
I know you like
You can open the butterfly once you put it on. Everybody has a butterfly? You all have a butterfly? All right.
might want to coach them about keeping it with the dance at the beginning and letting it.
Yes, I should. I'm going to go one by one. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much. All right. We're going to start at the corner. Let's put them at the corner. Let's put them at the corner. Let's put him here at the bottom first. No, put it here.
How high up can I
No, put
go?
it on the bottom first. Oh,
For my son who survived COVID at 6'7".
all right. There you go.
Thank you, honey. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
If you want to start, we're going to bunch them up here at the bottom, and then we're going to go up. And you can open them. There you go. Yeah, you can go higher. We may replace it.
I get one for each parent.
Yes. And then if we don't have enough, we're getting more on Monday for others who couldn't participate. So we want to put them at the bottom first. You want to put them at the bottom first and bunch them up front.
Show me where you want it.
In the corner.
It's a big one.
In the corner and facing it up.
Come with me. Show me where to put it because it's a big one.
Yeah. So wait, no, we want to bunch them here first.
Okay, let's do it here.
Yeah. Like
here?
Yeah.
Going up.
Yeah, like there. Yeah, going up. Yeah. Thanks for telling me. Oh my God.
He was hiding back there. I saw him walk
He
in.
was reluctant.
But you know what? If I'd have known he was coming, I was going to come in and do
I know. He told me no. I talked to him yesterday.
know, then he must have felt.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm glad you saw that.
All right, thank you. How about you? You want to put a butterfly? No, wait. You got to put him on here at the bottom.
They'll fill them
It's
up.
supposed to be the other way. Yeah, remember they're going up.
They're all gonna fall off, you know.
Yeah, guys, just today. And then we're going to find
Oh, really?
a
I'll never find
permanent.
like a permanent. Oh, okay, that's good. Because you're gonna need it. Nice.
Yeah, go this way.
All right, let me get out of the way.
Facing up. See the butterflies are going that way. Yeah.
You have it back.
Are they saying any rules going up that high?
No, they're not, but it's okay. They're
I would have put mine higher.
They're just having fun. I went and told Manfred, no, put it.
You tell everybody where to put it.
Go.
There's a book of Holocaust poems written by kids, and the book is called Butterflies Are Free.
But see, the butterfly is going that way. You want to put him down here? Because the goal, remember the picture is supposed to go that way. So people that put it up like that, that butterfly is dropping. Yeah, here, no, you have to, you just take a picture. Good job. At the bottom, and then just have it. You're not following the directions. Because he wants to lead the pack.
Way down here. It's out of the Miriam, what's huge?